Now I've got a really great options strategy for you here, and its point of view, well, it's all around bearish, weak bearish markets. You're looking for whatever stock or market you're trading to be on the move downwards. Now there's not much to it in terms of complexity, and it does give you one really big thing, and that is an income. Your risks are capped to both the up and the downside, but you've got an income coming in on that point of view of bearishness. And in the rest of this video, I'm going to take you through the rules, the setup, how to spot stocks to trade, and how you can put it all together to, like I say, make an income strategy for you when the markets turn south, which we're currently going through at the moment, or at a minimum weak bearish. And you can always find stocks out there that are like that to trade. Now if you need to know more about options, you're new to options, then I've got lots more videos on my channel for you to watch to get you started. But really, this is not a complex options strategy. It's as straightforward as it comes, and it's there, like I say, to create an income for you. What's better than that then? So with that, let's get into the detail of the strategy. Now remember, this strategy is all about having a bearish or weak bearish point of view in the direction of the price of the stock or the market that you are looking at, and we can interpret that through a chart called the risk profile chart. And in front of you here you can see the bear call spread. It's a combination of buying and selling calls that we'll look into a bit more detail later, but it gives you this profile, and as you can see, as the price falls you make money. And with this trade, it's all about receiving an income, so it's a fixed amount of money. That's why that 45-degree line there doesn't go up any higher. It's capped the risk to the upside, and notice how the downside is also capped. So it's a good risk trade that provides an income for you. So what do you need to know about the detail then? Well, firstly, you're going to be selling a call out the money and then buying a high strike call out the money. And some important things to note: both strikes must be greater than the current stock price, and the options expiry should be less than a month. But also look to make minimum 7.5% to 12.5% yield on this sort of trade to make it worthwhile doing. Now how do you work that out? Well, it's the premium you get divided in to the difference between the two strikes that you've put on for the trade. Now normally $5, $10, $20 can be a good difference. Depends really on the price of the stock you're looking at, but if you go by that percentage yield idea, then you can start to see how you can put different strikes together for this strategy. So in terms of the detail of those two call options, we've got selling the lower strike call and buying the higher strike call, and put them together. That gives us our bear call spread payoff profile diagram, as you can see there on the bottom. So what's our max return for the strategy? Well, it's the cost of the trade, which is the net credit that we're looking for. We're putting together a buy and a sell that leaves us with a positive income. But a bit of a warning there: watch out for the broker that you're using. Often the bid offer spread could damage or hinder the profitability of your trade. So what's the max risk of the trade? Well, that is also capped, and that's the difference in the strikes minus the net credit. So just be wary of that when you're putting together your trade. The downside, when you're looking for the risk return of the trade, just make sure that it's sensible, it's in your trading plan rules. So let's get into the accountancy side of the trade in a bit more detail. The profit and loss, you can see here, red shaded area is the max risk, green shaded area is the max reward. Both sides are capped with those horizontal lines to the up and the downside, and we need that price to be moving down to make us money. And where do we break even? Well, the break even level is the lower strike plus the net credit. It's as simple as that, but that looks like this on the payoff profile chart. So here's that risk profile chart again, and you can see the star in the middle there with the green arrow pointing to it. That's where we break even, so you can see the turning point in the trade. So that's pretty much it for the background to the strategy. Let's just do a quick recap. So a quick summary of the rules then. Firstly, you remember you're buying the lower strike out the money call, selling the higher strike out the money call for a net credit. Both the up and the downside risks are both capped. Length of any expiry of the trade has to be less than 1 month due to costs of holding, and make sure both the expiries are the same. Your point of view of the trade is that the stocks you're looking at are weak or bearish, and you're looking to make 7.5% to 12.5% minimum yield on the trade. So diving straight into my broker first trade for the example. Now we can use this broker from the US or in many countries around the world. They have international accounts, so don't feel excluded if you're not from the States. You can certainly get your hands on this broker, as you can many others. But we're going to use the example of Lululemon. Now, my point of view for this is that I think they are bearish, weak bearish. It's a hypothetical example here, remember, and I've got $10,000 in my hypothetical pot. I want to construct our strategy. Now down there on the right there's the construct button. I've got the buy and the sell, remember, and we're looking for less than a month expiry. So I've gone for weekly options, July the 1st, and notice the strikes, $20 difference between the two. And remember my premium rule that I'm looking for between 7.5% and 12.5%. And in this example we've got $20 difference between the strikes, netting us $4.45. So that works out about 22%. So that's a very good trade for us here if we could put it on. Now don't forget the multiplier, of course. It's all by 100 because we're using stock options, and that gives us a return of $445. So a nice little trade there. And if we click on there we can see the max reward, 445. The max risk to this trade is $1,555, and the probability of the trade working 73%, and our break even $324 area with 30 days to expiry. So all the information is there for you. You can see the payoff profile. We need that price to move down, and if you want to play around with scenarios you can do so. You know, the more we go down in price, you know, the more it moves in the money. But remember, the upside is capped at that risk reward, so a risk level of $445. So that is just a typical example of how you can set up these sort of trades. Have a play around, see what you can come up. Remember the premium, you know, yield rule there, the strike difference, the expiry, and getting the out the monies correct. Now getting in and out of the trade is really simple and straightforward. You've got two scenarios. You're either making money or the trade has gone wrong on you, and if it's gone wrong it's quite simple. You just unravel those, you know, positions, and if you're a bit more experienced maybe you want to keep one of them in whatever direction you think, you know, the price is going to move on that stock that you're looking at, and to the upside you're making money, then it's just the same. Jump into your broker, close out those trades. It's as simple as that, easy management. One risk variable though I do want to talk about, and that is theta. We looked at it in how you set up the trade in the expiry being less than 1 month. Now theta is a cost of holding a trade, and options are a deteriorating asset, so we don't want the trade for very long in this instance, so hence the short expiry term. Watch out for theta, it can be costly in this trade. If you're winning it's okay, if you're losing it's going to be costing you money. So something to bear in mind there, and keep an eye on that when you're doing this sort of trade. But that's really it for getting in and out of the trade. Now, I think you've probably got three ways of finding stocks to trade. The first one is using fundamental analysis, but that is very difficult on its own, especially around options trading. And that leads me to the second one, which is using technical analysis. If you're going to use fundamental analysis, I suggest you also have at least some sort of technical analysis there. Or, I say the second one, use technical analysis all on its own. Or third, you can use, one of these scanning, signaling type tools, and some are free, some are paid for. Now I've got one in front of me here from a website called Bar Chart. If you go up to their options section, fortunately for us here, they've got all different types of strategies, and we have our bear call credit spreads, the one we're looking for. We'll click on that and it will produce a list of potential ideas for you, telling you the max profit, the percentage return as well, the expiries, the legs that you need to do to put that trade on. So that's one way of doing it. And also you could maybe hit your broker account. They can sometimes provide those sort of tools for you as well. And in my broker account here, this first trade, you go under research tools, you go under options, and they've actually got some credit spread ideas for you there, both bullish and bearish, with US stocks, IV ranks, premium percentages as well, to give you an idea, of potential stocks that you could put on with this strategy. So that's using like scanning tools, and there's loads out there, but be wary and careful of them. Do your own due diligence around the signals or scans that they're offering you. And then that leads us on to what I use mostly, which is technical analysis. So again, it's quite straightforward. We're looking for technical analysis tools that are going to show us that a market is either bearish or weak bearish. Whatever stock you're looking at, they're the tools that we need to set up using technical analysis to find potential trade ideas. So if you're completely new to technical analysis, don't know where to start, then head back to my main channel, TheStopHunter, and I've got loads of stuff for you around technical analysis. But I've also got a great starting free course. If you go down to the playlists, go through the different categories you want, the free courses area, and then when you're in there, we've got a great one called Get Started Technical Analysis Course for Beginners. I suggest you have a look through that, learn that, and it's going to get you up to speed and be able to trade these sort of strategies in options, come up with your own ones and let you dive into the world of technical analysis and let you choose your own route on what you want to learn, digest and use. But if you've got a bit more of a knowledge on technical analysis, then we're now going to have a look at some simple ideas. I'm going to throw a lot of technical analysis ideas at you now, and they all have their merits. So we're going to run from the simple through to the more complex, put combinations together to strengthen the probability of success here. Use your knowledge of technical analysis to come up with a rule set that you can follow. Now we're going to start with a very simple one. That's the moving average. We've got two on here, and they're very popular in the world of stock trading, and we're looking at Tesla one-day chart. Now I like to use the one-day charts when I'm putting together these trades to see where the price action's been and could be going. And I say the 50 and 200 moving averages here. The simple rule set is, or maybe is, that if the price is above the two lines, it's bullish. If it's below it, it's bearish. And remember, we are looking for the bearish, weak bearish setup for this options strategy. So at the moment, Tesla would be in that bearish world, and you can enhance with other standard technical trend line tools to see where the trends are down, or maybe even a bit of Fibonacci, highs to the lows, and you could say, well, if the price breaks down through a certain level, put the trade on, it's bearish. Remember, option trading is also a lot about where the price isn't going to go rather than where it is. So if you're thinking that way around, sometimes you can use a technical analysis more to your favour. Now, what other tools could we use? Well, there's tools such as the directional movement index. Now, the DI plus line is the blue and the DI minus is the orange. When the blue is above the orange, it's bullish, and vice versa bearish. So we could have a crossover trend. You can see here how Tesla went bearish on there. We can change the lengths of that. It defaults to 14, but you know, if you want faster 7, maybe slow 50. And the pink line here is telling us, that's the ADX line, whether it's trending or not, and we're looking for numbers over 2025 to warn us that a market is trending. So if you've got bearish crossover and set up there plus the ADX saying it's trending, then maybe you want to put on that bearish play, and like I say, add it in together with, you know, the other tools like the Fibonacci or the moving averages. Some other ideas for you, maybe try the MACD crossover as your signal for bullish and bearishness. We got bearish crossover there, price comes down, vice versa, just turning bullish there at the moment. That might negate your trade. If you don't want to use the MACD, maybe the stochastics. Remember, we're looking for short-term trades of less than a month, so you know, don't rule out something like the stochastics. Make it a bit smoother. I like to use a 3 smoothing, and you can also see there how it crosses over and gives us a signal. So here we have the crossover, moves back down through the 80. I like to see it moving back down there, and then we've got that bearish play. Like I say, add it into the other stuff. And if you want to get really interesting about finding out the probability of, you know, the price moving, then I've got these tools called probability power, you know, indicators, bands, calculators. If we put on the calculator here and we use the longer term one, we just turn that off. Now this tool here is telling us the percentage probability chances of the price moving up or down. At the moment it's saying it's more likely to go up 66%. Again, marry that into your indicators and tools. If you saw a large number here plus everything was negative in the other tools that you're looking at, then maybe then it's time to consider that, you know, bearish, you know, setup and put on the bear call spread options trade. So there's a whole load of different technical analysis tools that you could think about, use, put together. What I will say is though, put it together as a plan. Don't just trade it off the cuff. You know, you've got to give your strategy a chance of working. It's got to be reliable, repeatable, consistent. If you keep messing around with the variables, you're never going to get there. So come up with a plan, test it, apply it, use it, record the results, and you know, tweak it as you go along, but stick to that plan. Options trading is all about, you know, planning and strategy. So if you want to master this world, then like I say, have a plan. So hopefully you are now all well set to be able to trade the bear call spread. You'll be able to recognize when there is a bearish environment for you to put this trade on. You now know all the rules that go along with the strategy, the setup, you know, the ins and the outs, the payoff, the risk rewards. It's all in the video, and there are many other income strategies in the world of options, all of different levels of complexity, but this is a really good one, the bear call spread, to get you started and in, and I use it all the time. It is a great strategy. But if you want a bit more of a technical play with a bit of a different profile, then maybe the Iron Condor trade is for you, and I've got a video on that and you can watch that now.